Whoa, it's paw muted. Hold on. How are y'all doing, guys? Welcome to the pre-show. And there we go. I think I have everything set up. But I will be right back. Hello, hello. All right. We got some pre-show stuff going on. Let's go ahead and turn some of this stuff off. Kind of turn off some lights. Let's get you guys a big screen over here. Boom. Hey, make sure you're subscribed. Hit that notification button. Um, with the notifications, I think we looked at it yesterday. You get notifications for all the lives, but for all the individual episodes, you have to go into like your notification settings to receive updates on new videos. But I think it lumps it into all your subscribers. So most people have it turned off, so that way you're not getting 30 notifications from like the 30 different people you're subscribed to. But take a look at it. Hey, if you're here, say hi. If you watch like this, hi. Super easy. It's fun when you guys interact a little bit, but I know that today is Monday at noon, and some people are working, playing it in the background, so I totally get it. Whimsy with the Z. Alice's episode came out Friday. Let me know what you guys think of it. It was fun. Thought it was very entertaining. It was fun talking with her. She talked about plans for outside of high school. She graduates this year, so what does a 17-year-old do when she graduates high school? Listen. Whimsy with regular, chasing the whimsy. Recorded with Megan last night. Got to know her a little bit. Fun episode. We hit two different topics: employment history and her love of Lord of the Rings. So it was like an hour and a half long. I didn't expect it to go that long, but it was fun. It was fun talking to her. We might have her on a little bit more. And yeah, make sure you're subscribed and liking. Hit the thumbs up on this one. Ooh, look. Let me make sure I hit the thumbs up. Boom. Let me know you guys like the episode. Hey, if you hit the thumbs down, leave a comment. Let me know why. How can I improve this thing? Hey, we have a Patreon. What are we doing in Patreon? We're sending out blankets this month. We have a gift tier. Send out some exclusive merch. Working with my merch manager. She's we found a couple of decent ideas for the next cycle. So it should be pretty cool. Make sure you're signed up for those. Worst case, there's a $4 tier. Helps us out a little bit. I'll show you today a little bit of what we're using the Patreon funds for. Now, the big one is part of it gets donated for the holidays for the Family Assistance Christmas Fund. So we're helping out some of the community, some kids for the holidays, but we're also making some really cool stuff. I'll show you in a minute. In 4 minutes. Anybody have any ideas for Whimsy with a Z? Like topics you would like the kids to talk about? I'm gonna try to get all 5 of them back for March, so we'll find out. We'll see what we can do. This is the Whimsy. Week 85 we're in. And we're killing it. 102 episodes. Fantastic. First 100. I think we're going to top it for the next 100. So make sure you guys are listening. Man, I got my delay. I got another computer here just to monitor. I got it down to a 3-second delay, which is actually really kind of cool. Got the other computer because I'm going to play some trailers today. And I need to see if it shuts the feed down or not. Kevin Smith used to play trailers on his live, but he always got shut down. So I played trailers before. So I'm kind of curious on at what point do they shut me down for playing trailers. I think there's like 3 for sure that I want to show you guys this week. Hello, new person. We got 10 now. Appreciate the 10. Hold on. In case that's mom. I got a mind pocket I noticed today. I had to start working. I'm ongoing working with the award show that we have planned in July. And it just makes me think backwards of some of like the hidden, like I guess they're like not really Easter eggs, but like the little nods or the little jokes, the running gags that we have. So one of them is anytime I notice the counter goes up, I do a quick wave. Almost ready for the show. One of the categories I'm thinking for the award, right, is special guest. But we have special guests like Courtney, but then we have also special guests like Greg Allen Martin. So I think I break them up into favorite guest, regular versus special guest special. I mean, I'll work on the wording on it, but that might be a thing. All right, everybody, 20 seconds. Let's do this. Hello and welcome to Whimsy Live. It is not Nooners. Lame. It is Nooners. Shit. Oh man. I noticed something in the last day and a half. I noticed it real hard yesterday recording with Megan. I'm lost for words. I'm very fumbly, and I don't understand why. Because it is Nooners. It's Monday. For a second, I panicked. I was like, "Oh my god, it's the wrong show. We put up the wrong show," but I didn't because I double checked it before I started. Hello, good morning, good afternoon. Uh, Monday at noon, I'm here. The worst time slot I can think of for a podcast, but for now, we're gonna build this thing up. We're gonna be like The View. Hi, mom. Um, we're gonna be like all those daytime talk shows. We're gonna slide in there one time somewhere. Um, Possibly. There's been a lot of thinking of what I want this show to be moving into our third year, and it's going to get interesting. I don't know exactly what we're doing, but we're going to change up the scenery a little bit. We're going to a lot of ideas, so we'll see what happens. Uh, Nooners, if first time here, I'll talk a little bit about myself, what I've been doing, what I'm watching on TV, and then sometimes I throw you guys down a rabbit hole. Today we're doing some coming attractions. What's on TV in March? There has been absolute garbage on TV January, February. March, it picked it up. We're going to see a lot of cool stuff coming in March. Let's go ahead and get the show started. I don't know what to do with my hand. Like, I hate touching my face. I like my hands up here. Getting to know me. Like I said, this is not going to go. This is talking about me. What have I been up to? If you guys come weekly, last week you would know that I'm working by myself. That's me working by myself. It's not too bad. It's super busy this time of year in our town. I'm hanging. It's it sucks, but I'm holding it down. It should only be busy for the next like maybe 3 more weeks. So hopefully I can write it out. Um, but I do have. I stay sane mostly because I try to work a lot on the shows. Liam's got a bunch of ideas coming up for April and July, so I get to spend some time trying to outline some of those things. So I'm staying sane. I think the important thing is anytime you're alone for any extended period of time, me for uh, 22 hours out of the day, that you have something to do, something to keep your mind going. I'm having a blast. I'm doing some really cool things. Um, 2 o'clock in the morning seems to be like the best time for me to send emails for whatever reason. Um, I'll chat some more about those emails here in a second. But what else we're doing is I mentioned in the pre-show. I hope you guys can see this. We're gonna find out with the Patreon. There's a $4 tier and a $10 tier. The $10 tier, you're gonna get some gifts. So I use the extra couple of dollars to help fund the merch that we send out. The rest of the money uh, is like here's where I'm backwards. Is I should be saving that money to help with like expenses, but I'm putting it right back into other artists, other Um, I mean, I guess would we? Okay, here first, do we consider podcasting as a maybe an art form? If so, that'd be cool. But Kit, 19 years old, out of Ukraine. I met her on Fiverr and wanted her to draw me some comics. So the Patreon is going to help me keep having comics made. It helps her. She's building a portfolio with it. Um, Not a replacement of Sarah. Obviously, Sarah can come back whenever she likes, but I like the comic idea. I like being able to showcase other people's art. Um, so I have the first couple that she's done. Most of these you can find online. On I'll update them onto the website shortly, but you can see them on the socials. I post them every Wednesday. I believe at noon. Every Wednesday at noon, you'll see a new comic. So, just want to go ahead and just show you a little bit of what she's doing. Okay, I got my screen here. You guys can read it. That's me because I got the CTW on the hat. I like the black and white aspect of it. Walk around a blank space, finds the light switch, boom, new comic coming. Um, Trying to play little on the meta side, like real self-aware on this particular comic. Um, she's fantastic. I love that. I like her gnomes. Here was the second one that we did. Here's where we invite Liam in. Like, like I like how cool it is that she kept the coming soon sign into the next comic. Like how adorable! Like how I write scripts for these, and I give some stage direction as far as what I would like to see the panel ish look like. Uh, but she takes it to a whole new level. Um, what is that? Like I can't read it. Shit. You guys are gonna have to wait until you can see it online. But look how cool these are. Um, there's an old man pun right here on the end. So funny. All right. So those first two are definitely in black and white. Like they're gonna stay black and white. There are colored versions of these. I'll try to showcase them a little bit more. How can I make these better for you guys? Because they are, and they're not big enough for me to read. Lame. Uh, Again, breaking the fourth wall a little bit, real self aware. Talking to Lane, be like, hey, how you like the new pages? He's like, I like them. You want to help me write them? Sure. Let me go grab a pen. And then comes back and Lane's sleeping. Some things never change. Um, but this is the cool stuff that she's doing. There's so many more stories coming. There's some Sophie stories. There's some amazing. We got really cool Sophie ones, and then I just sent her scripts for number 14 and 15 that have Liam from a random day, kind of inspired by. And then Kit was so awesome. Um, Jay Sarge, the gentleman who does the theme music, friend of the podcast, guest of the show. His dad had passed away about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago on Monday. Um, I reached out to her and was like, "Hey, buddy of mine's dad died. Can you draw something to kind of help, uh, you know, me say, sorry for your loss?" And within no joke, less than 12 hours, she came up with this. This was inspired by the episode 37 with Jay Sarge. He had mentioned um, that in 2011, he got to uh, write a song, compose some music with his dad. And so there's just a nice little nod to Jay Sarge and Dr. S, David Sargent. So um, this little gnome here is Algo. You'll find out who he is in a couple of weeks. Um, it's a gnome I made up for Jay Sarge, and he does a other podcast, suggested articles. Uh, but I'll go here. It says uh, playing with his best friend, who is also his biggest fan. So she was fantastic. Like just the idea that she was just like she understood the kind of the importance of it, and she got it done real quick. Totally like the what she did with it. But that's what she does with the color. So you guys kind of see what some of the color looks like. That's super cool. So we're going to continue. Like I said, I just sent her scripts 14, 15, 16, 16. So there's at least 16 of these things coming. She's working on Liam's Lucid Dream comic. I think we're going to try to do it as a webtoon. So she's formatting it correctly that way. Um, but yeah, she's having a blast. So very reasonably priced. And I appreciate her for everything she's doing because it's not cheap to make a comic like at all. I shopped around a little bit, and I like that she does everything pencils herself. So I think she obviously does it on like an iPad, but I have some sketches that she has. So a lot of other people are trying to use like AI and trying to like just fake their way through it, but no, not Kit. Also, I think we have a Sophie jump next this coming Wednesday, and then the Wednesday after that, Wednesday Thursday, there's a Kit comic where she'll be featured in that comic. So prepare for those. All right. So I mentioned emails, right? Okay. Stereo Stickman, which is so weird. Okay, that because we had the Liam episodes, right? Um, Henry Stickman, and then their Stereo Stickman on their website. And I didn't put it in the description yet, but it's stereostickman.com. They have it on the bottom a little bit. There's a featured section, and Rebecca Cullen, Cullen, wrote like a one-page article featuring the podcast, what we're doing, and some of the different uh, projects that we've done and working on. So we're getting some ink, right? We were in Focus magazine in October. Stereo Stickman currently online right now. You can see it. Oh shit! I could probably pull it up. Hold on, I can't pull it up. Oh, this is a thing, guys. I can do this. Uh, like I have this stare. All right, that's so funny. It's like a music website. All right, so okay, Stickman. All right, so here's the website, Stereo Stickman. Right, so they got music, interviews, some tech, but they also have a podcast section, which is totally cool. If we scroll down a little bit, features, we got Chasing the Whimsy. Uh, yes, I did have her name correct. So good. So Rebecca, yeah, she went ahead and give us a little a one page kind of. Ooh, it just blinked out on me. Talking about episode 100, what we're doing for the holidays, and just wanting to help people get into podcasting. So it's a small read, but interesting, and I appreciate her for reaching out and and her interest in writing a little article about it. So I appreciate you guys. Some of the other emails I mentioned, we have episode 99. Somebody had reached out, liked Courtney's energy in her episode. To be fair, bet you they just read the description because like Courtney's amazing. Like I'm not gonna like I can poop on her for that. But the email I got was we have an author who has a new book coming out, and we liked episode 99, and we think um, she'd be a great guest. So I looked her up a little bit, emailed back, and said yes. We would love to have her on. So we're gonna have an author, probably 2 or 3 weeks. I'll schedule it, but interesting lady. The book, her new recent book that just came out, the one that she's probably gonna want to talk about the most, is weird in that it's like a cookbook. So she's got a bunch of recipes. So there's more to her than just recipes. She's mostly an author, but she somehow applied writing into this cookbook in certain recipes that she has, which is just interesting because we talk about a lot of food here. Who else do we have interviewing coming in? Um, I've reached out to a bunch of people, and some of them, one, two, I think three different people have reached back out saying that they would come on. I got an award-winning comic book artist. I got a Emmy winner and a couple of others coming in. So that's what I get to do when I'm working by myself overnight. Is I get to send some of these emails, start try to correspond, try to find some new guests come in. If you listen to episode 100, part two, a lot of the feedback was some of the feedback was we liked the special guest episodes, right? Ashley Paul, Greg Allen Martin, Alia. So I think it'd be interesting to kind of show a variety of different people coming in, their journey, how we can relate to what we're trying to do here. So it'll be interesting. It'll be fun. I'm pretty sure that is all that I've been up to. Um, I had an amazing day yesterday with Sophie. We went to the mall and she ran around for like 3.5 hours. Like it was crazy. There's some mind pockets from it. A couple of things that came out of it that are interesting. So I'll wait until next week or Saturday to tell you those. But yeah, totally such a cool kid. Uh, she's so way out on the other side of town, all the way to the other side of town, and then beyond. So we were in the car for like just over an hour, and she's like, "Oh my god, are we almost there yet?" And I'm like, "We're almost there." And what's super cool is she's grasping the concept of time, right? And she just hasn't quite figured out the appropriate number, right? Because she's like, "We almost there." I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "We've been in this car for 100 million 100 hours," and I'm like, "Not that much." And then uh, it's just fun. We talked the entire way. Normally she's on her iPad. No, like I get before I even get back on the freeway, she was just like, "Let's talk." Uh, it was awesome. She was so cool. Um, what else happened this weekend? Spoiler. I don't want to like. I'm trying to like I'm proud dadding it for a second, but I don't want to say too much because I want him to be able to talk about it. But Liam, uh, wrestler, right? High school wrestler. He's a freshman, JV, and there was a tournament Saturday that was the qualifier. We talked about it on episode 101. The qualifier for nationals somewhere in Fargo. So what's going to happen is he wrestles, and if he did well, he gets his spot at nationals. So I text him, boom, motherfucker did it. I don't know if he won one or if he just placed high enough that he got his invitation to nationals. So super cool. Um, I got two pretty cool kids, man. Like, uh, I don't know. It's totally cool. Like, I don't know. Nothing. I just have like, it's just super cool to see both of them just doing them and then just having the best time in the world with it. So, um, congratulations to Liam and Sophie. Hi. She'll never see this. Uh, Man, we're gonna have her on here soon, like more. It's gonna be amazing. That's my week.
Go check out Chasing the Whimsy, the podcast, available today on your favorite podcast platforms. Chasing the Whimsy, where a 40-year-old father and his two kids take a whimsical journey of fun stories and educating each other about their respective generation. Generation X squares off with Generation Z to try to connect and find an understanding between generations 30 plus years apart. They'll journey through the past and track their journey as they find out who they'll grow up to be. Again, that's Chasing the Whimsy, available today on Spotify, Apple Podcast, YouTube as well, and you can also find the show and learn more about the hosts at chasingthewhimsy.com. Chasing the Whimsy, ChasingTheWhimsy, Chasing the Whimsy, the podcast. Many episodes up for you to listen to already. Go stream, download, and subscribe today. You can also connect and follow on Twitter at Chase the Whimsy and on Instagram and TikTok at Chasing the Whimsy.
That one and Mind Pockets are the best transitions, man. All right. What have I been watching this week? The Pocket Watch. All right. A couple of weeks ago, I mentioned We Live in Time. I was going to watch it just before. I was going to watch it a couple of weeks ago. Missed it. Watched it this week. Kind of cute. It's a, I don't know if it's a cry movie, but it's a good movie. It plays with the timeline uh, a little bit, which is normally kind of off-putting sometimes, but they did a very good job with it, right? So it starts with okay, so we'll call it like four different time periods. So they start here, and then they backtrack to here, and then they go back forward. Um, but they did it in a way that the like, even though you knew what was coming up, when they went backwards to kind of catch you up a little bit, um, it told a beautiful story. It was a good story. Um, like I said, it's a little bit sad. I didn't cry, but it was good. Both of them, fantastic jobs in this movie. Um, I don't think he got any Oscar love. Oh, real quick, 12th person. The Oscars were last night, and I didn't talk about shit about it. It snuck up on me. I have no idea. I don't watch a lot of movies. Brutalist did a bunch. Um, Zoe from Emily Perez, uh, Best Actress, fantastic speech. Trying to think, Flow won Best Animated Film, so that's super cool. Um, Early reviews says Conan did a fantastic job, but the show was a little bit like lackey. Like it wasn't a great show. Nothing like really stood out. I did watch a couple of clips. Karen Culkin did a fantastic job on Real Pain, but other than that, like Oscars have come and gone. I'm waiting for the Emmys. I'll wait for the Emmys. Um, but yes, so I watched this movie. Pretty good. I liked it. Watch it. What else? Holy crap! Ah, dude, I fell down this lake. So in the past, I talked about wanting to go back and watch some older shows. Um, I want to get to Newhart because I think I might like Newhart better than Bob Newhart. Um, dude, this show is like if you want to know what the '70s were like this is the show, man. Like it is. It is in almost no way like a great show, but it is charming all the way through. Um, a lot of like, and I don't know if this is just a product of the '70s because you still kind of see it today, but there's like sexual innuendos and like a lot of sexual tension throughout like every episode, and it's like kind of cool. Um, I never watched Bob Newhart, but the show is pretty good. Like it's so much fun. You can find it on Amazon. What's weird is episode one or season one. There's like three episodes that don't play. You have to buy them, I guess. And then like season three isn't free, and then there's like total 7 or 8 seasons. So I'm not binging this one. Sometimes I need like a palate cleanser. I don't know what to watch, so I'll throw on some Bob Newhart. Dude, this is actually pretty cool. Um, like it's interesting to time capsule wise to go back and see what tell like how simple but good a show was back in the 70s. It's like vastly different than what you see a lot of sitcoms today would be, but there's something charming about Bob Newhart. I'm starting to get why Mary Tyler Moore, um, Bob Newhart, like why some of those 70s shows are like they're held at like a kind of a different like time. Like I don't know, they're fun. But yes, I've started watching Bob Newhart, the Bob Newhart show, and then Sandy was on. She's like, I love Suits. I love Suits. The guy who plays, oh fuck, what was his name? Hoffman. Like Suits was a fantastic show. Ran 9 seasons, right? Great show out of New York. Suits LA, 1 episode so far. Complete garbage. Like this show sucks. Like it's so weird. Oh, I don't like any of it. I hope it gets better. Uh, they're bringing back one. Rumor has it they're going to try to bring some of the old cast back in, right? So now we got to figure out how to write a story uh, to bring them in. The regular Suits was like hard lawyer um, taking down like corporate murderers. Suits LA, they run for like actors, like they're actor lawyers. So anything in the entertainment industry, they're like, I don't know. I don't think this is. I don't think it's gonna last very long. The main character, I don't even know his name. Like this is how much I really don't care about this show. What is weird though, is they got a guy to try to mimic Harvey Specter, which was obviously like the best character on the original, like almost down to the voice. He sounds like the same guy. Like they're trying to carbon copy um, the two, the two shows. Um, like I said, there's 1 episode out. I was barely impressed. We'll see if it gets better. It has potential, but I don't know. I think it's in its own way. Hold on, you guys gotta get full screen for this fucking guy. I heard about Barry a couple of years ago. It has 4 seasons. Bill Hader, I only know him from SNL, and I was never a big Bill Hader kind of like. I knew of him, kind of funny, but that was it. I'm a huge fucking Hader fan now, dude. This guy is amazing. This show, half-hour episodes, like 24 and a half minutes. Um, 4 seasons. First season was 8. Each season's 8 episodes. Like you can get through this thing in a weekend. There is something amazing about this show. The storytelling is really good. The acting is super pretty cool. Uh, Very funny. They got some running gags. Episode 5 of season 2 is probably one of my best, like, favorite episodes of television I've ever seen. It was one of the funniest things I've ever seen, and I don't know why I didn't miss it. I see this thing before. Barry's an absolute gem. So if you don't like any of the other stuff I'm going to bring up, and you're like, I need something to watch this weekend, 100% Barry. It's what? It's 16 hours. That's 2 weekends. Okay, you could do it in a weekend if you wanted to, but you gotta be like extreme for those. I like Bill Hader. I absolutely love this show. Fantastic. It's so funny. It's so good. And people knew it. I just was late to the game. A little bit of news, real quick. Okay. Doc got confirmed for season 2. Now, that's real big news. This is here only for me to point at the fences. I'm gonna spoiler. Like I'm gonna predict this thing. Like point at the fences. Okay. This guy, right? I don't even know his name. Wolf, right? His kid has some problems. I'm gonna tell you right now. At the end of season one, I guarantee you, Doc is gonna find a way, like all house style, to fix his kid. Like that's what I'm coming up with, right? His kid has a problem. She's the only one that's gonna be able to fix it. Like it's there are certain TV tropes that kind of linger. Kelly pointed out the Avatar, The Last Airbender, the two creators that created it. They're coming out with the season three, and the new Avatar are going to be twins. And Kelly was like, "Yeah, when you run out of things to do, you just retell the same story, but make them twins." This is going to be one of the same, like you can see it a mile away. She's clearly going to fix his kid, and he's gonna be like, "Oh, I owe you, but I'm trying to like ruin your life." So that's the only reason in there. I wanted it on record that on 3-3, Ben pointed at the fences months in advance that she fixes the kid. So thank you for the hearts. Thank you. Yes, um, I have a tendency to do that with to see a movie and then predict it 20 like way in advance. Same thing with TV shows. It gets kind of annoying, so I try to hold back a little bit. But this one, I'm pointing at it because it's very clear what's going to happen. Some other news. Uh, the Pit. Okay. The Pit's being sued. Confirmed for season two already. Okay. So I never watched ER. I would assume that it was a doctor show in an ER, right? But it spanned multiple days. Like each episode could span a day or multiple days. Okay. I'm assuming it ran for like, God, 15 years or 12. I want to say it was 12 years, the original ER, right? So I don't know what's going on yet with these guys. Okay, so the guy who originally created ER in his estate. So I guess uh, what's his name? Wiley. Okay, so he goes to the ER estate. Was like, we got a reboot for ER, right? And then they're like, no, we don't want to do it. So then he like changes a couple of things and changes the name, and then makes the Pit. Right. So ER people are like, this is the exact same pitch that they gave us for the reboot, and they're coming back to be like, no, it's not the same thing. Um, it is curious to see what they do with this. Um, Obviously, they're not shutting it down. They're gonna let it keep going. It's probably a money thing, right? Where they're like, we'll take credit for it, or we want our name in the credits. And so we'll see what happens. But there is definitely a lawsuit of some kind. Try to claim that the Pit is an ER reboot. What is interesting though, in the Pit's defense, 2 points that they made in their defense is all hospital shows look very similar, right? Like you could easily say Grey's Anatomy is like a knockoff of ER, right? So they're like, this is what a hospital procedural thing looks like. Um, so they were offered to be part of it, turned it down. Now they're mad at that, right? So uh, I just like the idea. Okay, like they're like, here you go, here's the script, and then they're like, no, we'll pass, and then they're just like erase, and they're like, let's call it Pits. Um, because where was ER? Was it ER? I don't think it was New York. I want to say Chicago. Can anybody confirm that? I have no idea. I've never watched it. I never watched it. And I can't go back and watch it again. Like I can't watch 12 seasons of that. But it's so fun. I there was so uh, there was enough of an argument that the judge said yes, we can progress further, right? So we're gonna see what happens. but it did get season 2. We're 9 episodes in. Okay, this season 9 episodes. Oh yeah, sorry. The the second distinction that Pitt has different from ER is that it is 15 episodes chronologically. I got a joke. One day, so every hour is different. What is super funny is the idea. Yes, you have chats in here. I'm sorry. Where is the chat button? There it is. And how do I turn on the chats? Where are my chats? Hmm. Maybe. Nope, that's not it. Maybe. I don't know where they're at. Testing. Okay, it's not that one. It's not that one. Not that one. Did I deleted chats. On screen chats. I deleted it the other day. I thought it was a tab I wasn't using and I just like randomly right clicked and deleted it. Hi grandma. Oh, how shitty is that? Like, I don't think there's any nice, easy way to put it. Uh, Lame. Grandma says we're here. Kelly says she's testing. It's okay. Uh, if this lawsuit has any legs, do you know who should come out next? 24. Kiefer Sutherland coming in and be like, yo, Pitt, we did a show that tracked a day 1 hour at a time. You're copying us. I don't know, man. Like every story's been done. They have a nice little twist to it. I don't think it's ER. So I'm back in Pitt. So we'll see what happens. All right. And then the last, like this news is like, I don't think people have fully grasped this one yet. The Broccoli estate has had full control over the James Bond IP forever. Okay. So much so that that's why you don't see a movie every year. Um, all the actors are always like British or of English descent. Um, he's kind of the drink. The way James Bond is has been the same James Bond forever. Amazon is in the process of buying the rights to James Bond. The Broccoli estate maybe not so happy with this. What they're worried about is that creative control. Amazon is already like James Bond, boom, TV show. The Broccolis are like, no, we don't want a TV show. Uh, it is one of the only one of the like there's a lot of IP out there, right? Intellectual property. But this is probably one of the biggest ones still that hasn't been bought up by anybody. Like Disney hasn't gone after them. Amazon bought MGM a little while ago, and they're coming after James Bond. I think it's a good thing because I think it'd be cool to see more James Bond. But the problem is, Amazon notoriously has not created a single good TV show like an Amazon original. Like, there's not many. Um, Mr. and Mrs. Smith technically did pretty well, but that's like one out of like 100 things that they've completely failed on. They tried to create Citadel, which was a spy thriller. Rumor has it was the most expensive TV show ever made, like $300 million to make 7 episodes. They have a couple of spin-offs that nobody even gives a shit about. The Lord of the Rings series on Amazon, nobody cared about. So Amazon just keeps dumping all this money into this like this TV division and getting nowhere. So they're like, well, I don't. It can't be because like we don't like the IP. Like Lord of the Rings is a pretty decent franchise, but they're coming after James Bond, so it's curious to see what's going to happen with James Bond over the future. We'll see. That's all I got for some news and what I've been watching. In theory, Amazon user interface, the worst. Absolutely the worst. Kelly brings up a huge point that says Amazon is the worst of all the platforms trying to navigate their page. Because it's like a couple of things and then like some recommendations, which their algorithms all fucked up. And then like you go two down and it's like pay, pay, pay. And I'm like, don't give me the pay stuff. Oh, absolutely the worst. They're becoming attractions. All right. Couple of quick things. These are notable mentions, but you're not getting trailers for them. On Disney Plus, I told you guys like 2 weeks ago, Daredevil Born Again's coming out on the 4th, tomorrow. I'm watching them all. Nope, I lied. They're episodic. So they're going to be 2 episodes tomorrow and then one every week. So I'm fine with that. Going to be one of the best shows. I'm already pointing out the fences. This thing's going to break Disney Plus, I think. Moana 2 comes out on the 12th. That is all you like the only big things coming out that I would recommend in March for Disney Plus. There's a bunch of other things coming out, but those are the ones that caught my eye. Hulu has fucking nothing coming out. On March 6th, uh, Deli Boys, maybe Hidden Gem. I'm not sure. Um, what was it? The Pardeeps of Pittsburgh. Genius. I loved it. Love that show. Like so good. This one follows two Indian boys, and I believe dad and mom run a deli, right? And then they're all rich. And then what they find out is that the deli is a front for like gangster activity, like mafia, guns and drugs and stuff. And now they have to move into the family business. It's a comedy, a bunch of like privileged boys being like, I don't know what to do. Like, they don't want to work for anything, and now they get stuck in this criminal life. Trailer trailer looked okay. Keep an eye on this one. It might be something. Amazon Prime has almost nothing going on. Apple TV at the end of the month on the 28th, number one on the call sheet. Two-part documentary series. Interesting. I'm curious to see what they do with it. It is again two-part, but it is following um, the history of black actors and actresses, right? Of how they started and worked their way up to number one on the call sheet, which is basically the top person of the show, right? So if you're number one on the call sheet, it means the whole day is about you. So they have the list is huge. Like basically every black actor or actress that you've seen headline any movie or TV series is going to be on this thing giving interviews. It is interesting to see it from their perspective of how they struggle through it and looking back at some of the stuff that they've done. So I'll watch it. I'll let you guys know what on the week, the Monday after the 28th, if it was good or not. But it looked interesting enough. All right, here are my features of what you guys need to be paying attention to this week or this month. All right, everybody, everybody loves John Mulaney. Okay, uh, he's doing another live show. He did a live show 2 years ago for it was everybody loves like L.A. John Mulaney. I don't know what he's doing with this one. Now, here's what's super interesting: is it was the first talk show live that Netflix did in John Mulaney, right? John Mulaney, like it was genius because it was what we were doing. He has no idea what he was doing. He had a general idea of what he wanted to do for each episode and just fucking wung it. It looked like um, he's doing it again. Rumor has it Netflix just threw a grip of fucking money at this guy and was like, "Do it again." Um, I have no idea. This thing is gonna be pretty fun. It's probably be a weekly on Amazon on Netflix. John Mulaney is a genius. He's so funny. The show was great. I'm curious to see what he does with it because it doesn't look like um, it's tied to any one area, right? So the original LA one focused a lot on LA stuff. So we'll see what he does with it. But he's doing a little uh, celebrity guest of the week talk show type thing. So it'll be interesting. This one here coming up. I got these in order. Okay. Den of Thieves, Part 2. This may or may not have flown under everybody's radar. Den of Thieves 1 heist movie from 2018, and it was good. So what? That's 7 years later that came out. This was in theaters for a little while last month. It's going to be, I believe, Netflix on the 20th. If you want a good like action heist movie, this is the one you guys are going to want to watch. Go check out Den of Thieves on Netflix now. Catch up on it. It's like just under 2 hours, and this one I think runs 210. A lot of action, a lot of guns, decent heist. I'm excited for this one. On the this one is also the 20th. Okay, I just saw this one today, and I think I'm going to play the trailer for this one. Um, it's a little bit on the true crime side. Happy Face series. It's gonna be on Paramount. It's a little bit on the true crime side. It is. I think it has potential. I get some like the following, like the old Kevin Bacon one from like fucking forever ago. God, that thing's almost 20 years old now. Um, I think there's a potential for this one to do something. We will find out. It's a very small trailer. It's like a minute long. So let me, I guess, maybe there's a trailer. Where are we at? Hold on. Where are you, screen? Oh, I even have this thing set up too and everything. Where are you? Oh, there you go. There you go. All right. Oh, bear with me on the volume on this thing, guys. Okay, here we go.
What do you know about the Happy Face killer? Perhaps we should just explain why you're here.
Because he's my father. Every violent act is a rock dropped in water. If you stay silent, the ripples of trauma just keep pulling everyone they touch underneath.
It's so good to see you, Missy.
Mom in the chats says she's grabbing this one. Dennis Quaid. You haven't seen him in a lot of stuff recently, but you rarely do you ever see him as a bad guy. I don't think I've ever seen him as a bad guy. Like I said, it caught my eye today. I was just putting the show together and was like, "What is this thing?" It's a series. It wasn't labeled as like any kind of like limited series, so it looks entertaining enough. I will be interested, but I'm always curious on what season 2 looks like. For this one, hopefully we get some true crime, we get some action. Maybe Dad tells where all the bodies are buried, recreate some stuff. Maybe there's a copycat. I don't know. I don't know anything about this. Like literally 2 hours ago, I found this thing. Um, it does look good. We need a little bit more true crime stuff, some murder. We'll see what happens. All right, what else you guys got to pay attention to? The Connors, season 7, the last season. They're gonna put the whole Roseanne Connors story to bed. There's a couple of storylines that I hope that they clear up. Rumor has it they're bringing a couple of people. They're bringing DJ back. In theory, they're bringing back David. I don't know what they did with Bev because last time, if I remember correctly, spoilers, they put Bev on a fucking bus and she just left. I don't know. It's an interesting show. It's it's a good one. The Connors was good. Roseanne was great for a completely other reason. Um, Roseanne just revolutionized the mom sitcom years ago. The Connors took the horrible firing of Roseanne and made a fairly decent show. Um, we don't see a lot of reboots going 7 seasons, so kudos to the Connors. I I bet you it's going to get emotional towards the end, um, because this is like the done. I don't, even though Roseanne, I don't think they were like we're going to come back and make a new one. Um, this one is like hard done. Like the idea that uh, some of these actors have played their characters, like Laurie Metcalf, like she's been Jackie for the original 9 plus 7, like 16 years in a role, like amazing, and to be able to play it decades apart, right? To grow your character within the first series, and then come back a decade later and be like grow that character again. Laurie Metcalf, I think, is a genius. Everybody else is a genius in the show, but this one here, this is the one I'm waiting for. I want to see how this thing ends. It comes out on the 26th. The studio. I'm gonna play a trailer for this one. Um, Seth Rogen is doing more comedic things now than what he's known for a lot of his Judd Apatow stuff, right? A lot of like weed jokes. He's gone beyond that now. Like he's when he did Superbad, and some of his early stuff, like that's all he had, and then he got to a point where he's like, we have nothing. Like these are all stuff that we created when we were kids and growing up. And then he got to a point where he's like, I got to start writing new material and stuff. So um, there's a couple of interesting things about the studio. Um, let's see. We'll just play the trailer and then we'll discuss. And here and here.
So, how do you feel in all this?
You know, I got into this because, I love movies. But now I have this fear that my job is to ruin them.
The job is a meat grinder.
Sing, 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 sing. Everybody start to sing.
At Continental, we don't make artsy films. We make movies. Movies!
Being the head of Continental is the only job I've ever wanted. Stop! Stop! Oh! It's just so much harder than I thought it was going to be.
You're talentless, spineless.
What is wrong with you?
No one likes you.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm here to save your career. Help me help you win.
You'll make a great studio head.
Okay. I like Seth Rogen. I'll watch anything he does. Okay, that's me. Amazon or who was it? Somebody just did franchise. I think it was Amazon. They did a show franchise, same basic thing, right? Where you're on the, they're shooting. It's a series about making movies. Didn't do well. Hulu did one 2 years ago that had a couple people. Oh fuck, what was the name of that thing? Paul Reiser was in it. Didn't make it didn't make it out of the first season. This one looks fantastic. It looks like way more, not network TV. But did you see some of the guests like he's gonna have on the show? Scorsese was in there. Anthony Mackie, Charlize Theron. Who else? I think that was Zac Efron. It just looks. It looks entertaining to me. Like I don't know. It looks a little like he's a little too buffoonish. So hopefully he tones that down a little bit. But I'll watch this thing. It's on Apple. Comes out on the 26th. I've been waiting for this thing for like 3 months since they announced it. And I think there's one more. Okay. This is absolutely this is the one I'm waiting for. On the 27th. All right, Survival of the Thickest. I don't know if any of you guys ever watched this thing on Netflix. I'm all about the girl power, right? Like girls overcoming, right? I totally get it. But this one, they didn't do it all like so like some of the things that we see, right? Women empowerment is like they're super strong from the start and then just keep going, right? Even with like the doc, she gets in a car accident, she comes back and she's still on top. Like she's still like just dominating everything. I don't know how to spell survival. Survival. I'm going to show you guys the trailer for season 1 if you guys didn't see this thing. This show is adorable. It was so much fun. I watched it and I killed it in a day. I think it can't be more than 8 or 10 episodes. Absolutely amazing. Got a trailer here. Hold on. Stand by. Skip. Okay. All right. So here's the trailer for season 1. All right. Just to wet your beak a little bit about what this lady is doing, hopefully going into season 2. Where's my buttons? Okay, here we go. This thing's so much fun. She's a great comedian too, stand up. Michelle, I don't know her last name, I'm sorry.
Mavis, the camera loves you.
Well, it must be my drumstick emoji physique.
That's what it is.
Meaty on top, nubby on the bottom. Very delicious. I love you so much.
I love you, baby.
We spent the last 5 years building a beautiful, successful life together.
What are you doing home? That girl's having a moment.
It's moment.
That girl's having a moment.
I did the work, it didn't work.
It's time to put Mavis first. I'm in for you.
This is me trying to be single at 38. And to start over.
Being a roommate, it's a special kind of friend. I think we should breathe together.
Did you have Shake Shack today? I'm trying to grow my brand. I want to take fashion and dress women to help them love their bodies. I want you to be my stylist.
How does my cleavage look?
Sitting pretty like 2 coconuts.
Look at you, celebrity stylist! You're the boss now. And if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will.
What in the brown titty TED Talk is going on?
I will drink to that.
To Mavis!
I can help you get this career off the
Give me a
ground.
second right there, okay? I have everything I need to make my own way. I realize I don't do random and casual. I do real and honest.
Oh my God! Get out!
Your mom is here, and she wants to take you to church.
Mavis, you creating a new life right now. You never know where you're gonna end up.
Are you okay?
Sorry. My ovaries were just high-fiving.
Such a fun show. Watch season 1. Tell me you don't fall in love with this thing. She's a comedian, and she obviously brings in those comedic chops. It's fun. It's good. It might be 10 episodes. Maybe. I want to say 8, but I don't. They were all good. Like there was no lull anywhere in it. Like episode 1, like you saw, boom, breaks up, and then she's like a mess for a little bit, and then her rise back up again. I enjoyed it. I don't know what season 2 looks like. Obviously, when you get to the end of season 1, you'll see what happens. But this one, I think, is going to be amazing. This one's going to be fun. Super fun. You'll have a good time. I think that's all of it. I think those are all of my recommendations for March. I'm happy because I've had nothing to. I'm watching Bob Newhart, but not for March. March, grip of stuff to watch, and we're going to kill it this month. One commercial will get you guys out of here.
Hey there, Whimsy fans. We wanted to take a moment away from the fun to express how much your support and contributions mean to us. If you're liking what you're hearing from us so far, we'd like to invite you to show us some love on our new Patreon. Starting at just $1 a week, you can help us keep the whimsy coming. That's not just our podcast, but live streams and new projects on the horizon as well. All members get special shout out during our live streams. If you're comfortable giving a little more, please take a look at our gift tier. These gifts are hand-picked by the Whimsy crew to bring more curiosity, fun, and whimsy to you as thanks for your support. Every little bit counts, and whether you support us by listening and subscribing to our podcasts, holding court on our lives, or subscribing to our Patreon, thank you for helping us keep the magic alive and the mics on. You can find our Patreon at patreon.com/chasingthewhimsy, or follow the link on our YouTube channel at Chasing the Whimsy. Thank you again for all the support. Whimsy!
Andy, Nikki and your family, Megan, your family, Joyce, and Enderfrog, EC1, Gooster, Violet. Anna, for now, I think she gets rolled off in March. I know her in March, but I believe she bailed out. My dad and Courtney. So, thank you guys for the Patreon subscriptions. Anything you guys can do, tell your friends. That's what we should do. And I should probably turn my camera back on. And I don't know where my camera is. My camera is gone. Here we are. Hi. Again, help support Whimsy. I got a merch manager that I haven't paid. I'm going to fix that. She's coming up with some cool ideas for some upcoming merch. So dive in, help show some support. Let's keep making some comics. What else are we doing? We're doing all kinds of cool stuff. Oh, duh. Next page. Wait for it. 5 seconds. Boom. We're raising money. We're helping some kids and families for the holidays. It sucks. Gas is $1 bajillion. Eggs are $1 bajillion. What are we going to do? People struggle. If you're able to help out with the Patreon, we're going to take in a portion of your Patreon. We're going to dump it over here to these the holiday donation fund. The money is going to help families during the holidays. Make sure the kids get some presents. We're going to do our part. But you might be thinking, be like, whoa, Ben, where are you going to be taking all of our Patreon money? to make you feel better with the holidays. No, I've already donated $500. I've committed it. So I'm asking for just a little bit of help from you guys. Sign up for the Patreon. Worst case, you don't want to support Chasing the Whimsy? You want to help the kids? Patreon.com/Chasing the Whimsy. Sign up for the free. Once you're in the free, Kelly, you can confirm this real quick for me. Not necessarily right now. If you're signed up for the freeze, um, there's a shop on the top, and I believe you'll be able to do a $25 or a $50 donation towards this fund, and I'll put the majority minus the Patreon fees into the fund. So if you're like, whoa, I'm not big on subscriptions, but you want to give me $25 to help out the kids, that's where you do it. But thank you guys for listening, hanging out. Thank you for the chats today. Love it. The irony is, I asked for help comments in the chats, and then the one time, like, you guys, like, not the one time, but when you guys are a little bit more active, I don't have the fucking chats on the screen, so go figure. That's it. That's all we got. Boom, 106. Killing it. I was worried it was going to go a little bit long because there was a lot of TV talk. But there's some decent stuff out there. Watch Barry. I'm on season 3. I'm going to kill it today. March has a bunch of interesting things coming out. There's a bunch of movies. Like, there's a million things coming out. Those are the ones that caught my eye that I think that the majority of my audience would enjoy. If you guys have any other recommendations, throw them in the comments or the chats, and I'll make sure to bring them up next week. But to be fair, I have pointed out some winners. I can't name any off the. Okay. Will and Harper, huge success. I think the majority of everybody loved that one. Mom brought in Natalia Grace, so thank you for that. What else did we watch? Mom and Grandma and totally enjoying Zero Day. So, like, I wasn't the hugest fan of it. I enjoyed. They're getting a kick out of it. So, like, there we go. Fucking let's do it. That's all we got for you guys. I should have is next Friday is next Wednesday. When's the 8th? I'll have Saturday off. We have one more definite Mind Pockets scheduled. I keep saying that like I'm not going to keep doing them on Saturdays. Like they're still coming, but I just won't have to work right afterwards. Listen to the episodes. Alice's episode, Megan. Megan and I had a blast yesterday. Yeah, that's it. You guys have a great night, and we'll see you guys on Saturday. Whimsy.